There's a moment on this path when you stop choosing the timeline, and the timeline starts choosing you. It's subtle at first, a pull behind the eyes, a sense of déjà vu that feels like it's rehearsing you, like something is arranging your path a half step ahead. People think timelines are like roads we pick, but the deeper truth? They're corridors, living corridors, intelligent structures that respond to resonance, not desire. And once your resonance sharpens, once you stop leaking energy into the false loops, the corridor shifts, and you begin to feel the fracture.
The fracture is not a wound. It is an exit. It appears where your old self cannot follow, where the contract dissolves, where the echo of the person you once were begins to fade like smoke. This is why everything feels unstable right now. Not because you're lost, but because you've stepped into a branching corridor where every version of you is adjusting to your choice. The choice to rise, to remember, to no longer play small.
So when everything feels shaky, when people fall away, when old patterns try to drag you back, that's not regression. It's displacement. A timeline that no longer fits trying to keep its claim on you, cutting through illusion. The old reality does not surrender gracefully. It mirrors your doubts. It imitates your fears. It tempts you with the familiar. Because if you choose the fracture, you choose sovereignty. And sovereignty unravels everything built on illusion. Episode 13 is about navigating the fractured corridor, recognizing the signs, understanding the mechanics, honoring the version of you that is dying so another can live, and choosing the timeline that was always meant to rise beneath your feet.
Inside the fractured corridor, your senses sharpen in strange ways. Not the physical senses, the inner ones, the ones you've been using without knowing their names. You begin to notice the out-of-phase moments, conversations that feel déjà vu despite never happening, people reacting to you as if they sense a version of you they can't quite see, and a subtle sense that reality is overlapping because it is. You are walking between echoes of yourself.
And the part that confuses most people, you don't feel powerful here. You feel raw, stripped, between identities, between skins. But this isn't weakness. It's the shedding of a timeline that used to fit like armor and now feels like a coffin.
This is where many turn back, not because they're wrong, but because the fracture exposes everything false, every mask, every avoidance, every attachment that whispered, stay small, stay predictable, stay known. The fractured corridor is not a punishment. It is a test of resonance. And your resonance never lies.
So if you feel like you're in between worlds right now, if things are breaking, shifting, falling through your fingers, you're not being destroyed, you're being disassembled, so your true structure can emerge.
This is the moment where the new timeline begins to claim you, not through force, through recognition. It senses you, it synchronizes with you, and it waits for one thing: your willingness to let go of who you were trained to be.
The activation. Wherever you are listening from, breathe. Feel the split between the you that's surviving and the you that's rising.
Place your attention just above your sternum. Feel the pulse. That is your corridor signature, the point where timelines weave into your auric field. Repeat, Internally, I align with the version of me who remembers. I step into the path that already knows my name. I choose the timeline that chooses me. Let the words move like resonance, not affirmation. Affirmations convince the mind. Resonance rewrites the architecture.
And release. Feel the old corridor sealing behind you. Not out of rejection, out of completion.
The fractured corridor is not a place. It's a state, a transition, a moment where you slip between who you were and who you're becoming, and both versions flicker in the same breath. If you're here, you're further along than you think. And next episode, we step into something even fewer ever recognize. Episode 14, The Echo Body, How Your Future Self Haunts Your Present. Because the moment you enter the new corridor, your future self starts sending signals back. And once you learn to interpret them, nothing can pull you into an old timeline again.